So, welcome to another week of lockdown yoga. So we're working, as I said, into twists around the lower back, and these are great for lots of reasons. They're releasing your lumbar spine. You're also working into the side of the hips, so you're kind of giving that joint a lot of nice, the hips and the waist a little bit of mobilization. The other thing with twists, they can be detoxifying, which is great if you're that way inclined. So we're going to start off in seated, but I want you to take it into a comfortable seated position, as in make sure that you've got a comfortable. If you need a cushion under your bum just to take the tension away from the lower back, then please do. So taking the backs of the hands, the back of the wrists onto the tops of the knees, and just allow the hands to drape over the knees there. So keep the palms up and keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. So you're taking some lovely long deep breaths in here, and you can either close the eyes and just try and focus a little bit more inwards, or you can just lower the eyelids and be comfortable right there. So we're rooting and grounding through the sit bones, through the ankles. And I want you just to bring your focus and attention to all the areas that are connecting to the mat beneath you. And as you take that breath in, I want you to think about length all the way through the spine, trying to encourage the shoulders to stay away from the ears. So don't allow them to come up. Make sure they go down on the out breath. So taking 2 or 3 nice steady breaths in and out. And as you take these breaths in, just noticing how your body's feeling. Are there any little sensations going on? Do you feel that you're holding on to the legs a little bit? So try to soften those. Just notice what's going on in your mind, where it might be wandering to. And then just on your next in-breath, take a long deep breath right the way in, and then out through the mouth. Taking the hands off the knees, take a deep breath in, reaching the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left hand comes around to the right knee, gently twisting, drawing that back shoulder around, sending the gaze over to your right hand side. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, bringing the hands up. Exhale, right hand comes to the left knee, drawing that shoulder around, opening out the chest to your left hand side. So feeling the benefit as well if you're anchoring onto this left knee, that you're getting that little bit of a stretch around the shoulder, but that you're opening up the chest side as well. So take a deep breath in here, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, drawing that belly button in, engaging the pelvic muscles and the lower abdominal muscles, and then just slowly bringing the hands down towards the floor in front of you, creeping the fingertips away and just gently resting the head down. Going as far as is comfortable for you, okay? We're probably just warming up now, unless you've been busy doing stuff beforehand. So the hips might feel a little bit tighter when you come to lean forward. Slowly then, pressing the hands back in, realigning and stacking that spine. Take a deep breath in, reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, and then interlacing the fingers. Draw the chest through, length through the spine. Try and keep the tension away from the legs if you can. So inner thighs usually start firing off here. So just try and keep it nice and soft. Inhale, bringing the hands back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand comes down towards the mat. Left hand reaches all the way up towards the ceiling, and then you're looking just to slide the hand away a little bit, but keep that left sit bone rooted to the mat. And just watch you're not tensing up by the shoulder. Okay, so keep that shoulder nice and soft on the left side. Windmill the arms around, right arm comes up, left hand comes down towards the mat. Reaching up first and then sending that left hand away a little bit, keeping that sit bone on the right side nice and fixed. Gazing upwards to the hand if it's comfortable, keeping that shoulder nice and soft. Good job. When you're ready then, inhale, bringing the hands back in. Exhale, bringing them down towards the floor again, creeping the fingertips forward, working into that lower back, relaxing the head down, going where you feel comfortable. And slowly pressing through those fingertips, coming back up and restacking the spine. So you're going to come over into a tabletop position now. So your knees are underneath the hips and the hands are underneath the shoulders. So spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Okay, so you've got a big, wide hand and putting the pressure through the knuckles as well as the fingertips, not just through the wrists, okay, because that's when your wrists start to play it. Drawing the belly button in, you're creating that nice flat back, okay? And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in, flicking that tailbone up, lengthening through the front of your body. Exhale, drawing the belly button in, dropping the head, sending the gaze towards the thighs, rounding up through the shoulders. Inhale, bringing the head back up, gazing forward, length through the front of the body. Exhale, drawing that belly button in. Really milk this move. So by that, I mean really feel yourself kind of opening out the muscles around the spine, right the way into the lumbar spine, round through the shoulders. Inhale, and as you do, thinking about lengthening through the front of the belly, all the way up. And then coming back into a neutral spine position. We're just going to ease our bums back into child's pose, okay, so just easing back into child's pose. Reaching the hands all the way forward, relaxing the head down, taking the tension away from the shoulders and through the rest of the body. Nice restorative pose. Not forcing anything at the moment. If you need to prop your head on something, please do. When you're ready, coming back up into that tabletop position. I'm going to come into thread the needle, so this is another lovely twist position. So take a deep breath in, sweeping that right arm all the way up towards the sky, and then exhale, right hand comes underneath the left arm, and then just resting that right shoulder down, relaxing that right ear down, and feeling that kind of twist through the upper body. Inhale, lift the left hand up if you want to, and tuck it just in between the right thigh and the right hip. Keep the tailbone drawing back towards the back of the mat. And when you're ready, inhale, lifting that left hand back around onto the mat, pressing it down, sweeping that right arm out and up again. Exhale, hand comes back down to the mat, ready to go over to the other side. So left arm now, inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Exhale, left arm goes under the right. Relaxing the left ear down, keeping the tailbone lifted. And if you want to, inhale, lift that right arm up, tucking it behind, keeping those hips drawing back, keeping the belly button drawn in. It's a really nice opening around the shoulders, but you're also getting that twist in through the torso. When you're ready, just gently reaching that right arm up, right hand comes down alongside, and left arm is released, sweeping up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hand comes back down again. Okay, so we're going to be coming into downward facing dog. So you're going to tuck the toes, hitch the tailbone up nice and high, and pedal through the legs. So lengthening through the back of the leg, Remember, the aim is not just to have the heels down, okay? It's not important. What's important is you've got that length through the tailbone, the belly button is drawn in, so even if it requires you to bend the knees and lift the heels to get that height. So the chest is being drawn towards the knees and the thighs, really engaging those lower abdominal muscles and the pelvic muscles. Hands are pressing down into the mat, spreading them nice and wide, pressing with the fingers, keeping the head nice and soft. So just taking a deep breath in here. I want you to think about lifting now the left hand off, so pressing firmly through that right hand. And then just lifting the left hand to come to the outside edge of the calf. So if you can't reach that, here is fine, here, or the ankle. So really kind of bracing onto that right ankle, taking that twist, drawing that body around, sending the gaze under that right arm. When you're ready, just releasing that left hand, pedaling through that left hand, really pressing, releasing that right hand, keeping the hips nice and square. Right hand then reaches for the thigh, the outside of the calf or the ankle, and really kind of anchoring onto that ankle, left ankle with the right knee, with the right hand, and drawing the body around to the left hand side. So you're trying to keep the hips as square as you can in this twisted downward dog. When you're ready, just gently releasing the hand. I know you probably want to come out of downward facing dog, but we're just going to come over into plank pose, so Kumbhakasana, and then slowly dropping the knees if you need to, lowering through Chaturanga, and then inhaling. Let's come into Supported Cobra. So elbows under the shoulders, hands are pressing firmly but pulling you forward. Good. So keeping it in this position, I want you just to take a gaze over the right shoulder towards the right foot. And then take a gaze over the left shoulder, so pressing that right hip in. And then just coming back into the center. Placing the hands under the shoulder or staying in this Cobra pose if in Supported Cobra if you want to. Or coming into full Cobra, shoulders are coming back. Gaze goes over the right shoulder towards the right foot. And then over the left shoulder. So you're kind of almost moving that upper body around a little bit as well. And when you're ready, you're going to tuck the toes and come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts up and comes between the hands at the front. Good. Drop that back knee and tuck the toes. Sweep the hands all the way up into this low lunge position. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Your left hand is left elbow coming to the outside edge of the right knee. Gently drawing the chest around in this twist. Good. So just keep this top shoulder nice and soft. So resist the temptation to have it here. I know it's difficult. So you're really thinking about length, dropping that shoulder. Good. Inhale, release. And then placing that right arm in line with the right knee, and then opening that left arm around, twisting round to the left side. Here you just need to watch the front leg doesn't start drawing in. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, framing that front foot, you're going to step back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. The left foot comes between the hands of the front, drop that back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweeping the hands up. Good job. Exhale, bring the hands along through heart center. This time, other side. So right elbow for me, left knee outside edge. Gently twisting round. So grounding through the back foot and watching that shoulder on the top here. Keep the spine nice and long. When you're ready, inhale, bring the hands up. Okay, left hand now comes in line with the left knee and you're opening out to the right side. Okay, so nice length through the arms, but watch this left knee doesn't start doing this. It needs to kind of be drawn back. Good. Inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, frame that front foot. Step back into downward facing dog. Coming over into plank pose. Dropping the knees if you need to, lowering through chaturanga, inhaling. Into cobra, squeeze the bum. Length through the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. So inhale, lift that right leg. Right foot comes between the hands at the front. You're going to come up into Virabhadrasana 1, so warrior 1. Lunging through that front leg, keeping the left heel. I'm going to talk in terms of front leg and back leg just because it's easier rather than left and right when we're standing. So length through the spine, front leg lunging. Okay, so the front leg is the one closest to you. Good. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, coming round now into warrior 2. So you're lunging through that front leg, back leg pressing outside. Just going to mirror you so it's easier. So that imaginary line now on the mat, and your heels should be on that imaginary line. Good. Shoulders up. If you can see yourself, then have a little look at how your shoulders are. Good. Take a deep breath in, straightening up that front leg. Exhale, reach all the way over, coming round into Trikonasana, so triangle pose. Opening up that hip. You can keep softness through the knee if you need to. Good, just bending through that front knee now, coming over into humble warrior, just sliding, so just warming up your hips here now, working into the hips a little bit. Good job, and then just coming back into warrior 2. You're going to lift the heel now on your back leg. Okay, coming into that high crescent lunge pose. So keep the lower back, the tailbone tucked under, length through the front of the spine. Left arm now drops in line with the right. I'd say left, so left arm in front of your left knee and opening out to the right side. So whichever leg is lunging forward, that's the arm, and you're opening the chest out to the side. I made it way too complicated for myself. Okay, inhale, bring those hands up. Now exhale, coming down. You're going to send your elbow, I think it's your left elbow, over to the right side and come into that twist, that high lunge twist. Press down firmly with that front leg and try and keep the heel lifted on the back leg. You can always drop the knee if you need to. When you're ready, coming back up. Exhale, frame that front foot, step back. Downward facing dog. Good. Okay, so this time, inhale. Lift the other leg up. Coming into Virabhadrasana 1 on the other side. You take your time. Okay, keep that lunge going through the front leg. And remember, Virabhadrasana 1, the heel is down and the hips are forward. Warrior 1, hips are forward. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale round now into warrior 2. But I think I'll be mirroring you, you'll be doing it this way. Again, that line on the mat, try and get the heels on that line. So it's an imaginary line down the centre of the mat that your heels are running on. Knees should be behind the toe, so just check. And knees should be in line with the ankle. And the hip, arms up. Good. Take a deep breath in, straightening up that front leg. Exhale, reach all the way forward, as far as you can go, and then dropping the hand down. Coming into Trikonasana on the other side. Bearing in mind, you can keep the knee soft, or you just come up a little bit higher, whichever is good for you. When you're ready, just taking a bend through that front knee, And then coming over into humble warrior, opening out this left side, just counter posing. And then releasing the hands round. So you're lifting the heel now, so you're coming into lunge on the other side. Okay, take a deep breath in. And then your back arm, so whichever leg is lunging forward, the arm comes forward too. And then you're opening the other arm out to the side. So you're really thinking about drawing the body around. Lift that heel up. Good job. Inhale, bringing the hands up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. This time you're going to hook, I think it's your right elbow this time, so hook the elbow around, draw the shoulder around, coming into that twist on the side. Press through the front foot, loosen off the grip with the toes on that front foot. When you're ready, inhale through center. Exhale, frame that foot, step back, downward facing dog. Good, okay. So from wherever you are now, just pedal through the heels. And then very, very slowly, I want you to creep your feet to the top of your mat. Find your way to the top of the mat. You may have moved from where the top is. Take the weight through the toes, relax the head down. Take the weight slightly more forward, belly button in. Good. Now looking to just slightly widen off the feet so that they would be mat width apart for you slightly. Weight coming forward. And then place your right hand, definitely your right hand, onto the floor. And then just gently, or you hold onto the ankle, and gently sweeping the body around to your left hand side. So right hand can either come to the floor, and you can just open this side, or you can hold on to the outside of the left ankle and bring yourself around, much like you did when you're in downward facing dog. Now here you want to watch that your hips don't start going off to the side, because you might want to turn a little bit. So just draw that belly button in, keep the hips sent back, and when you're ready, just gently release, reaching that left hand over to the right ankle. Inhale, sweeping the hand up, really using that to draw your body around. And again, modification, hand to the floor, and just think about opening this shoulder out. You have to force yourself into any positions. Tailbone drives back the whole time. And when you're ready, gently release. And just hold on to the elbows from here and relax the head, swing forward and back, belly button in. And then slowly releasing, scooting the feet together, knees touching. You're going to inhale, come into chair pose. So sink it down, squeeze the knees. So with chair pose, just watch that the tailbone doesn't flick out too much. You almost want to think about tilting the pelvis under and then coming down, bringing the arms up, sending the gaze up. Exhale slowly to release. You're going to take that one more time. Inhale, squeeze the knees together. Tuck the tailbone under, reaching with the hands. Exhale to release. Place the hands either side of the feet. And step hop, jump, float your way back into plank pose. Slowly lowering down. If you are happy, inhaling into cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Just dropping the knees down to the mat. And crossing at the ankles now. Finding your way onto your bums. pulling the legs through. So we're going to go straight onto our backs, into Akasana. So knees to chest. Take a little rock from side to side. Work into that lower back. And now from here, your options are just to take the legs over to the side. So we'd be going over to the right side. So your options are to take the legs over to the side, or to cross at the knee and then take them over, or to take Garudasana legs, which is eagle pose legs. Tuck your left foot behind your right, hands come down, take a deep breath in, exhale, slowly bring those knees over to the floor. Now wherever you are, you've got to be comfortable. Your left shoulder should remain fixed to the mat, so it's quite a big stretch. And it's a big twist. So send the gaze over the left shoulder if it's comfortable, away from the round knees. Slowly send the gaze forward, bring the knees back through centre and cross them. Options again are to just take them over, or take your option of a cross, or a hooking of the foot, whatever's more comfortable for you. Square off the shoulders, bring them away from the ears, tuck the tailbone underneath, hands come alongside, palms turning up, deep breath in, exhale, drop them over to the left hand side. Keep that right shoulder fixed to the mat, gaze goes over that right shoulder. And again, go where you feel comfortable. So nice long breaths in. You're breathing into this space you've just created all the way down that right side. And when you're ready, the gaze is going to come back to center. Bring the knees, uncross them. I'm just going to counter pose, so bring the knees in towards the shoulders, hook onto the outside edge of the feet or wherever's comfortable for you, even maybe the big toes, and then draw the knees in towards the armpits. You're coming into happy baby here. So just really allowing the hips to open, and you can play around here if you want. You can maybe open the length through the leg, maybe one at a time. Just get a real sense of how those legs are feeling. And it would be impossible to get through a whole session without the dog barking. Anyway, bringing the knees back in towards the chest, holding onto the shins, take a little rock from side to side. Taking the feet down towards the mat. Making yourself comfortable, so you can either keep the knees bent, but if you are going to keep them bent, take the mat width apart and then just drop the knees in, so you're not holding the legs in any way. So just otherwise relaxing the feet away from you, making sure you're comfy on your mat, palms are turning up towards the ceiling, coming into this lovely Shavasana. So softness through the jawline, taking away the tension from the shoulders if there's any there. And take 3 or 4 nice long yogic breaths. Make sure that the shoulders are settling on that out breath, that they don't stay up with the in breath.
Just noticing where your mind wanders, not holding on to any one particular thought. Checking in with how your body's feeling. And when you're ready, just taking some movement through the fingers, through the toes, squeeze the hands, the feet. Deep breath in, reach the arms overhead. Nice long stretch. And slowly bring the feet in towards you, bringing them in towards the chest. Maybe even holding on to them, hugging them in. And then just finding your way to a seated position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands through heart center.